Alright, if only for curious minds. I woke up this morning and I decided to call a mobile RV repair. And I've got somebody on the line, a gentleman by the name of Mike. And Mike is going to come out tomorrow to this campground. He's about 15 minutes away. It'll cost me about $30 for his travel time and then $100 an hour. But if he can get my refrigerator working, boy, that sure would be nice. And I got to tell you, traveling with a camper such as this and not having the luxury or the nicety of a refrigerator, it's really something. But anyway, so he had asked me if I was in a space with a hookup. And I told him no, so I modified my reservation here and I moved from the non-hookup section of the campground over to the hookup. And I gotta tell you, the neighbors here are a lot nicer. People that are staying in the no hookup, it's usually people in tents and what have you. Not that there's anything wrong with people in tents, mind you. I was once a person in a tent as well. But the issue with this refrigerator is kind of interesting because this right here is the vent in the back for the refrigerator. And if I can maybe open this up and show it to you. So here's the back of the refrigerator, and this thing runs off of propane, AC, and DC. And the pilot light is lit. The pilot light is back inside there. And the pilot light is lit. I've checked the fuses. Here's a 30 amp fuse and there's a couple fuses right there as well. I've checked the fuses and the fuses all seem fine, but it may actually be a design flaw with this camper. And I say that because the refrigerators need adequate ventilation. And when talking to the manufacturer, somebody from the manufacturer, I got the hint that maybe there was something with the design of the camper itself, that it wasn't getting sufficient ventilation. So I don't know if that's the issue. Also, when they fixed the axle, there was some wiring for the brakes, and that could have been part of the issue as far as the wiring. Although I don't know how that would necessarily affect that. But anyway, so I had to move over to a space that had electric. So I'm in here, and I actually cut my stay here one night shy, and I'm still trying to work out, where I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do from here. But I went on Boondockers Welcome. You can go on that website. I think it's called Boondockers Welcome. I went on Boondockers Welcome. And you can search for places to stay, and you can filter it out by people that'll give you electric, people that'll give you, water, people that'll have Wi-Fi, etc. And there's actually some nice places. So I may mosey my way back. to the East Coast via some boondocker welcome places and what have you, and just take my time, such as I'm doing here waiting for this light to change. Just take my time in getting back to the East Coast. As long as I'm back there sometime by early August, then should be okay. But what I'm trying to do is cross the street here to show you a beach over here, and maybe now I can do that. The light just changed, so I'm gonna see if I can't do a little short walk and talk. And you see these little scooters here. These scooters, you'll see them everywhere. And the way it works is you download an app for your phone, and then you just use it as much as you want, or as far as you want, as short as you want, and then just leave it wherever you want to leave it. So you'll be walking around the city and you just see these little scooters kind of sitting around, and they kind of lock themselves. But here is Lake Tahoe. And this will give you an idea as to just how close to the lake I am. Maybe that's why they call it the campground by the lake. But let's take a look at the water. It's a little bit choppy today, and I see some folks out there on their paddle boards. But here's one of the beaches at Lake Tahoe. Temperature is probably about 75 right now, I would imagine, and the waves are indicative of the breeze. That's your 50-cent word for the day, indicative. But look at that, just a beautiful, beautiful sight. And if you look off in the distance, you'll see somebody's parasailing behind a boat out there. So it is it's a Monday morning, and I'm just going to find my way over to the public library, which is right next to the it's actually right next to the campground. Some folks getting ready for a barbecue. Some other folks have set up a tent for the day. But that's your morning thoughts. I gotta buckle down and get some work done. You know, without going into a whole lot of detail about what I've been dealing with. Part of what I've been dealing with is a disappointment in myself, because I have always tried to maintain high standards and high expectations for myself, and situation that I'm dealing with is kind of a situation such that I'm disappointed in myself. But fortunately, over the years, I've learned to be forgiving not only of other people, but equally important, be forgiving of myself. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just dealing with the situation, trying to get it resolved, and just move forward. So have a great day, everyone.